just if something has something doesn't mean that it should be utilized. Because your argument is, dogs have canines, which means they must be carnivorous, which means they should eat meat. I could use the same logic and say humans have fists, which means we should punch people because we have the ability to coil up our hand into a fist. The argument being is just because we have something.
Weren't you the one that was regulating your emotions by constantly punching and punching?
No, but my point is, right, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about humans and animals in general. I'm saying just because we have something at our disposal does not mean that we should utilize it. And vice versa, just because a dog has a canine does not mean that it has to, contribute to animal cruelty and exploitation when it can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet. That's all I'm saying. That's
I feel like we shouldn't be having this argument without. I feel like we shouldn't be having this argument without any sources. So I'm going to go get my source.
But by the way, it's a fact. By the way, it's not a debate. It's like trying to debate something like the color of water. Like it's a fact. By the way, dogs are omnivores. That's a fact. We can't really debate something that's already been proven. Dogs are omnivores. They're not carnivorous animals. You can say that you think they should be carnivores, which is your opinion, but the fact of the matter is dogs are omnivores. So we can't really debate a fact,
Right. So I'm getting different sources for each one. I'm getting dogs are omnivores. I'm getting dogs are carnivores.
Wait, give me the link that says dogs are carnivores, please. Just literally type it in on Google, are dogs carnivores, and tell me what the first
I've come up with a graph, but here's the thing, there are different types of dogs. So I need to make sure they're not talking about wild dogs, I need to make sure they're talking about domesticated dogs.
How about I Google it now and we go through every single...
How about I do it, because I don't want you to get a biased source, because I don't care if I would...
No, I'll do it in front of you. Look, I will literally do it in front of you.
No, but I don't care if I win or lose, you care if you win. That's the difference.
Wait, Gabriel, there's no winning here. We're debating a fact here. There's no credible source you will find that will ever say dogs are not omnivores, because they are. Look, I've typed it in here. Are dogs omnivores? Let's just scroll down, okay? Let's just look at the first few, okay? Let's just look at the first few. We'll keep scrolling down, okay? We'll keep scrolling down, okay? Okay, what does it say here? Dogs show that they are actually omnivorous. Let's look at the second link. Dogs aren't carnivores. Let's look at the third link. And by the way, I typed in are dogs carnivores. I didn't say are dogs, vegan. Are dogs omnivores? Dogs are omnivores. There's the fourth link. Are dogs true carnivores or omnivores?
Okay, but
dogs are omnivores. That's the sixth link. Look. Just so you know, I'm not being biased here. Let me click on number 8. Let me click on the 8th page here. Let me click on the 8th page. Dogs are carnivores. What? Dogs are very adaptable, but just wait. What is this? Give me a second. Are dogs carnivores? Everyone knows that dogs are not herbivores. Maybe pushing. Dogs are They need to eat. Dogs are carnivores, not omnivores. Yeah, that's obviously.
I will give you the fact that they are not obligate carnivores. I'll give you that, right? But they're still carnivorous in a certain retrospect. That's what omnivore means. What I'm saying is they're not. I will accept the fact that they are not obligate.
By definition, they are omnivores. They have the ability to survive on plants.
I will give, but ability doesn't mean you should.
We're not debating whether they should or shouldn't. That's not the debate. The debate is whether they are or are not. And dogs are factually.
So what would be an example? What would be an example in your opinion of like a vegan dog's diet? If you were to get a dog, make it vegan.
Yeah. So obviously they need protein. So they can get that from things like soya protein. They can get that from things like basically soya protein chunks. Right. There's a great.
I agree. I agree that soya protein exists. I eat it all the time. But what I would also say is that if we were to start doing that, right, then what happens to the excess offcut in which we use within ethical vegan farming? Because then it becomes less ethical.
Yeah, so I disagree with the whole idea that it's ethical to begin with. I don't think that taking a life away from a being is ethical in any way.
But that's a religious standpoint. That's more of like a we shall not kill. I'm saying that death is natural within any form of society or any form of environment. So that, and also like sometimes when you remove, because we have to be an ethical eater, you have to realize that no one will always. There will never be a truly vegan society.
Yeah. So I just want to address one of the points you said.
You need to work within that, and therefore you need to
Yeah.
Basically, I mean,
Well, you're making a few points because I don't want to forget what you said. You said death is natural. I completely agree. Does that justify murder? Because
no, it
death is
doesn't
natural.
justify
Should we
murder.
go around murdering
No, it
people?
doesn't justify murder, but you need
Medium
to.
rare shock.
I'm right. I never said that though, did I?
But you're using death is you're using that. You're using that statement as death is natural as a justification to murder animals, and I'm saying that
I never said that. I never said that.
Okay, so what does that statement have to do with animal agriculture then?
I'm saying that death will always happen by the hands of other people because other people will choose to do that. I'm not against the hunting of animals. I'm against the unnatural hunting of animals. I'm against
that's like 99% of it, and that's what you consume as well, isn't it?
I don't consume that. I don't really go for highly processed food. I don't really go for anything like that. What I do
Where
is
do you buy your meat from?
I get natural butcher's meat.
Yeah, but that's still from animals from animal agriculture.
No, but I know the sources of all these things.
So every single animal you eat is from is an animal that's been hunted.
It's an animal that's been hunted within like an ethical way. So it's not been picked out. It's not been picked out of an existing ecosystem. It's an animal that has run rampant within an ecosystem because something else has been taken out of it. I only eat certain types of fish because those are the fish that are underfished and then overpopulated. I only eat types of meat because those are the types of meat that need to be naturally culled by humans.
Can you give me the name of the butchers that you're referring to so I can actually confirm that they are only sourcing their meat from hunted sources? Because I don't believe that.
Well, no, because I'm not going to dox myself.
Is it a famous chain of
It's not a famous chain. It's an individual bloke who runs
Okay.
So, but I'm not going to give you the name because I'm on a public.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You don't want to dox yourself. I get that. But I've never heard of a butcher that only sells hunted animals. That's.
I mean, it's a very common thing. I know you don't know. I know you don't know a lot about ethical farming because you're very much like any form of person.
There's no such thing in my perspective. There's nothing ethical about unaliving an animal that doesn't want to be unalived.
This is where we're always going to disagree because I can't then, this is a moral argument and I can't then win a moral argument against you because it's a bit like saying does God exist or not? I'm never going to win this argument. But what I'm trying to say is that there's a difference between, it's not just as simple as eating veg good, eating meat's bad. You know what I mean? There are cruel ways in which animals are exploited, but there are also ways in which you can, naturally do it. Respect the animal, respect the agriculture surrounding it. I mean, I think there's more of an issue with an animal waste than there is animal production.
By the way, I agree with that statement, but that's not unfortunately how it happens. I think that if you're in a survival situation, if you're in a forest and you had to hunt for survival and you treated the animal very well, you respected it, and you unalived it in that circumstance, I think it is possible to unalive an animal with respect and do it with love.
Okay, but however, do you still think it's wrong though?
No, I don't think it's wrong in that scenario because that's being done for survival. That's being done for survival though. That's for survival.
Right, but so the difference between me and you is I don't think it should be done for survival, but I also don't think it should be done for gluttony.
Sorry?
See where it is. You're saying it should be done for survival. I'm saying it shouldn't be done for gluttony. Therefore, we are both at the same sort of middle point of.
Sorry, what is that word you said? What is that word?
It shouldn't be done just because you want meat, but just because you